Dylan Donnellan, the captain of Clontarf. It's raining here today in the Aviva Stadium. You'll be hoping it doesn't rain on the parade now for Clontarf on Sunday.
No, absolutely not. We're here to do a job on Sunday, so look, please God, big crowd down from Clontarf. I know there's a lot of talk going around the community about getting people down, so hopefully that's the case, and hopefully we can put on a good show for the club then on the weekend.
What was the feeling like the last day when you got over the line, secured your final status, and get back here after last year's semi-final defeat?
Yeah, look, I mean, the whole season just builds towards this weekend. It's where you want to be. You set your stall out, in July or whenever you get back to pre-season. This is what it all means. 18 matches, a semi-final then, just to be here. So there's a lot of work, a lot of hard work goes into it. So hopefully now we just get the job done.
When last I spoke to you, we were in Abbottstown. Weather was nicer. You were heading over to Portugal. Obviously, we had a little break in the season, but when I spoke to you then, it was all about getting the job done. You did that. You finished top of the table. You've got momentum this season, and that will build into the squad to give you that little bit of an extra boost coming into the final now on Sunday.
Yeah, look, absolutely. We've had a great year. There's a lot of talk at the beginning of the year of this being a rebuilding year for Clontarf, so God forbid anyone if this is a rebuilding year for us. But yeah, look, really looking forward to Sunday. Like I said earlier on, it's 19 games just to get here, so hopefully we can just deliver the goods now on Sunday and get the job done.
Top of the table and making a final in a rebuilding year, that's definitely an achievement for yourselves. Look, we'll look at the past as well. Obviously 2022 you were here, fantastic day for the club. 23 unfortunately defeated by Terenure, but you're back. You bring some crowd to games, and your home support, your away support this season has been phenomenal, and no doubt they'll come here in their droves on Sunday and try and be that 16th man on the field almost.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it just speaks to the community within the club. We're a real kind of family-orientated club, a real community-based club. So anytime we play, the numbers travel, whether it's up to Ballymacarron Park or whether it's down to Cork Con, wherever it might be, wives, girlfriends, whoever it might be, all make the trip. So yeah, can't fault the club at all in that perspective, and expecting a big crowd here now on Sunday.
And I know from your own perspective, the supporters did play their part against Lansdowne the last day. That was a tough battle. You're showing the battle scars from the last day. You don't have the bandage on your head from Saturday, but that was a right slogfest that went down to the wire. I mean, to not see any scores for the second half, credit to both defences, but it was just an absolute battle of attrition.
Yeah, I think that's the only way to describe that game. It's just a battle. Lansdowne, fair play to them. Like, it was a really hotly contested game. Threw a lot at us, and I think we threw a lot at them, and luckily just came out on the right side of it. But yeah, an absolute battle, and the crowd really got us through it. There's a massive crowd down in Clontarf and Castle Avenue, and hopefully again we see that and more here on Sunday.
A fourth final meeting between yourselves and Con, third meeting of the season. You're almost building a little bit of a rivalry with each other, even though one's from Dublin, one's from Cork, the capital, against people that say is the real capital down on Lee side. They're going to give you a right battle. They're the defending champions for a reason. They got here while they might have finished third, and looking at that Mary's game, when they got their chances they took them, and you're going to have to do the homework now over the next few days in preparing for Sunday.
Yeah, look, absolutely fair play to them. I don't think anyone had won an away semi-final in a long time, so it just speaks to the quality of Con and the team they have there. Yeah, nice rivalry between us. I think that just speaks to the history of the two clubs and the quality that we seem to be able to produce year on year. So it's going to be a big fight again here now on Sunday, and really looking forward to it.
On Sunday evening, once that final whistle sounds, if it's a Clontarf victory, what are the feelings and emotions going to be like, just to turn maybe redemption into a title this season? Is that kind of the feeling that's gone on in the club this year?
Yeah, look, obviously last year we were disappointed to not be in a final, and I think again that just speaks to the quality of the club. We kind of, we put in a lot of work, and calibre of player we have, we kind of expect to be here. We know how hard we work all year round, so that's always the goal at the beginning of the year. There's no redemption story here. This is a new story. This is a new year. This is just about getting the job done and bringing that trophy back to Castle Avenue.